Thank you very much. Oh, look at you. Here, I'll light this.
They are.
That'd be great. Nathan, can you grab Elle's chair for her? We have one more. Some papers, or are getting them. And these are the charges. So basically, we are pretending it's roughly 1450 Common Era CE. And Genghis Khan is being tried by world historians, which is the prosecution. Okay? And these are the 5 charges. These are what you can be accused of. Okay, so excessively brutal tactics of conquest compared to other conquerors and prosecution. We'll start calling our first witness. The first witness will come up here, and the prosecution will ask a few questions. The defense has the option to ask some cross-examination questions if they choose. If they do that, then the prosecution, or excuse me. Isn't you ask? Hold on a second.
Okay. I'm on the jury. I stand before you today on behalf of my client, Genghis Kahn, who was made out to be a monster by our opponent, a heartless, bloodthirsty monster. I will tell you that is not the case. He is a hero, he's a great ruler, and above all, he's a deep and profound love for his civilization. Without Genghis Khan, Mongolia would have been wiped out.
My name is Ching Li.
What do you do?
Oh, you asked my name. Okay, my name is Ching Li, and I sell fruit on the street.
What happened to your leg?
So what happened to my leg is that obviously I was selling fruit on the street, and then suddenly there were cries of, fear, and suddenly a whole bunch of Mongols, including Genghis Khan, just come charging in through the street, and there's the marketplace, and they're just wrecking everything, and then suddenly I was sitting.
Broke your leg?
Yes.
By his horse?
Yes.
And he came back and came up to you?
No, he backed up on his horse because he break his leg.
And you're still alive before us, correct?
I'm still alive. Wait, what'd you ask?
You're still alive, correct?
Yeah.
Genghis Khan did not murder you.
Objection.
What's
So-
your objection?
Huh? It's irrelevant.
Actually overruled. Keep
And, but then, to justify the means, just listen to them. They may have told you and may tell you that Genghis deserves the same rights as any person, and that they are simply trying to uphold his rights in light of his accomplishments. We agree. And Genghis's rights have been upheld. And his malevolence has been weighed on the scale of law.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Your Honor, while I may not stand before you using savvy political legal jargon like Mark so lovingly has, I will tell you as a person, and personal persons, we're both just people, I will tell you that some of Mark's accusations in his closing argument were false, as he has spent his last days talking about irrelevant facts such as the capital of China, when we never at any point in our statements has ever talked about that and proving its irrelevance. How can you prove something's irrelevant when we have never talked about that? And saying this is simply just not true. So I'd like to point out some facts to you guys. Imagine yourself sitting at the throne of a civilization, barely getting by. Your people starving in front of you, dying daily. The people that are your friends, your family.
just kind of raise your hand. Guilty or not guilty? So
Wait,
how many of you
raise
thought
my hand.
guilty? Okay, how many of you thought that they proved that they were guilty? Okay, just a few of you. So those of you that thought it was not right.
Okay. We, the jury, find the defendants guilty of the following charges. Number 3, mass slaughter of civilians.
That's it. So, prosecution, yes, not guilty of, number 1, excessively brutal tactics, not guilty of hatred and destruction of Eurasian cities, not guilty of ineffective organization, and not guilty of basically military spending.